Back in 019, I was in a very famous podcast show. Slash the Grumpets. Less than some people you don't know. I'm trying to talk out of my ass. I don't think it's gonna last. It's the Grumpets.
I think you can.
Sick.
That was sick, bro. That was stable as fuck. Holy shit.
It was a little.
37 takes.
Yeah.
Incredible. All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Grumpets. Joining me today, we got Logan, Derek, Shuhao, and David.
Hello, I'm Logan.
Thank you.
And that's all you need to know. Breaking news. GM Motors starting a
Shut up,
fight
dude.
against automation. Do we think that this is
That's not what it
Bernie
says.
Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, policy updates on universal Medicare for all updates as increasing tensions between China and Ukraine escalate? All right. Why don't you take it away, Silas?
Get sued by fucking NPR.
My name is Ira Glass, and this is This is All Things Considered.
Damn.
Today,
All things
we're
considered,
joined by
sounded
Silas
pretty
Gravetti,
okay right there.
Regional Mookie Betts. What do you have for us today, Silas?
We can talk about the Democratic primary in 2 weeks. This time it's
That's not in 2 weeks. What?
yeah. Or
really?
sorry, the next debate. My bad.
Wait, that's in March, right? The
Yeah,
primary?
I voted in March last time.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time they
Ooh,
got
another debate.
12 people.
Still?
Yeah, no one wants to
Wait,
quit.
The last one,
Anyone
like,
changed?
how many was in the last debate?
10.
They gained people. And they're supposed to be, who they add?
They added. Fuck. Who did they add? They added Tulsi Gabbard, and they added Tom Steyer. Who the fuck is Tom Steyer? No one knows.
He's that kid who disappears in Stranger Things.
Wait, isn't I keep seeing an ad for Tom Steyer.
He runs a hedge fund. Who the fuck is
Okay.
he?
He's running a whole lot of ads on Iowa TV network.
Is he from Iowa?
I have no idea. I think I saw his ads on YouTube too or something.
He's from Iowa. He's got my vote. Do you think Bernie Sanders will be at the next debate?
Why wouldn't
How
he
sick
be?
is he?
He's
Yeah,
fine
I mean,
now.
He just had open heart surgery. Right?
Or-
Oh.
I don't know if it was. I don't know what constitutes open heart and closed heart surgery. Whatever those are supposed to mean.
There's no way he had open heart surgery.
He got stents. I don't know what that is, but he got those, and apparently
Stents hold open arteries,
he had a heart attack.
vessels.
God, he's so old.
He is
He's not
very
even that
old.
old. He just look. He's
He
just.
like
He's
he
pretty
just
old,
run
right?
down, right?
he just like he got the
He only,
seen
like-
some shit look, you
He
know.
does have the seen some shit look.
When you spend 50 years like advocating for Medicare for all or some shit, you know that, and people just call you a
He got
commie.
the just sucked through and spit out of a vacuum cleaner look. Frazzled ass.
But he's
Yeah.
almost 80 now.
So like
He's only like 7 years older than, or 8 years older than Warren, and Warren looks like chipper.
Warren does look
8
Warren
years
does look
is a
young.
pretty
Yeah.
long time too, though.
I don't know. Like I
Have you
don't.
seen Warren's ads where she calls donors? I donated because of it.
What?
Oh, just because you wanted her to call you.
I don't know if I like Elizabeth Warren, but like, it's really the calling thing that tipped me.
Yeah.
Tipped me to donate to her campaign. She's so cute. It's so cute. She's like so. I don't know. She's like, oh my god, this person is from my favorite place, Waffle House. Calls them up. Hello, it's Elizabeth Warren. No way. Wait, really? Oh my god.
When's your birthday? I gotta make sure.
That's what I'm ready. I'm ready. If she calls me, I have a monologue.
Yeah. and then
I gotta ask her why her healthcare policy is different than Bernie Sanders. I still don't know.
it's not horribly different. I'm not so
Man, you
sure.
don't know either.
I don't
God.
think it's particularly different. I know Bernie Sanders has a plan to eliminate medical debt, or he was the first one to do it. But like,
Sounds good.
but then again, it's just like it has to be like a program they run like often, right? Or is it just like this is a band-aid, but since we're
I don't think
getting
so. What do you mean they run off?
like the government needs to is the assumption like we're gonna fix everything by paying you by relieving you of your medical debt, and then we're gonna like create like systematic change by like giving you Medicare for all? Is that like the idea behind it?
Bernie?
Or like yeah, I guess Bernie. We'll say Bernie.
I mean, I think so, but it's definitely not common. Like,
It's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the
So-
only one.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about William Byers, the new candidate.
Who the fuck?
The guy from Stranger Things.
The guy we were just talking about. What was his name again?
Tom's something or
Tom
I
Steyer.
don't know how to pronounce his name.
Tom
Steyer.
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 What is,
Steyer.
how does this work? Who like requalifies for the
So-
second round?
So the round is you have to reach a donation threshold, and you have to poll at 2% in at least 4 different polls.
Hmm.
So you
Can we
have
look
to
at the polls?
yeah, we can look at the polls.
Primary polls. There's a gap closing between Warren and Biden.
It's I honestly think
What happened to that website that has like the graphs, like the colored graphs? That's the only thing I can
is it
understand.
the 538 one?
No.
No.
They're nice and colorful. They're line graphs, so they're easy to understand. I can't read a table. What's going on?
This is strange.
Oh. There it is.
Polls.
Can you link it?
Just kidding. It's not. This is not.
Warren is
Why
relatively
is
ahead
Harris
of
with so
Biden
many
now, or
so
Sanders
many
now.
voicemails?
Yeah. This poll has Warren beating Biden in
All right, I found it.
the California Democratic primary.
This is like an average of all polls.
Real
Oh my
clear.
god, it's getting so close. 24.
Oh, I like this website. This website's good.
How did Bernie not like die after he died?
I mean, like how his supporters like aren't going anywhere.
I literally like that was enough. I was like, because I was so on the fence between Bernie and Warren. The second that man showed any sign of weakness, dropped him like a rock. He's gonna
This-
die in office, dude.
He will actually die in office.
You remember, like that was like a big fear people had about John McCain.
Yeah, he was so old.
This was, and like the thing is like John McCain is
He
like,
actually died.
but he died last year.
John McCain.
I mean, my thoughts and prayers out to John McCain's family. He was an American hero, but yeah,
Wait, wasn't it because like his vice presidential pick was
Yeah,
insane or
that
something?
that was like the kicker because like he was old and it was like, oh, you know, he can probably make it, and then his vice president was like, or his like vice presidential pick was fucking Sarah Palin.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's the one.
she was pretty nuts, but then again, compared to fucking Donald Trump, she's a fucking well-spoken woman.
How dare you? How dare you commit treason against our president like that? Is this common? This is like the first election I followed closely, but like Warren really just rose from the dirt and became a god.
I would be interested in seeing like Obama versus Clinton in 2008.
Are
2008.
you just going to ignore my question?
No, I don't.
That's the follow-up.
I'm answering your question. It's like I don't know.
It's
So,
like
like,
it's probably a similar story.
Yeah,
I
because like
apologize.
Hillary Clinton was beating Obama for a while.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
You look at this graph. Warren started out quite low.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. She just came from. This is like some Moki, some IBDW on the rise.
Okay.
Looking.
So there's a okay, so
Good.
so the poll, so the 2008 Democratic primary was run in March of 2008, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
March
what
of
do you
primary?
think I know?
March, like, yeah, I mean, it just happened in 2020 minus 12. Or, yeah, so it'd just be March
It
of
would be 2007,
Okay.
right?
2000. No, because Obama got into office in 2009. So, in
Right, but
January of
it's
2009.
a 2020 election, and then they get inaugurated 2021, right?
Yeah, so he,
I feel
So
like
it's-
I heard somewhere this is like the first
2007 primary in March, or wait, no, 2008.
it'd be,
Right.
2008, yeah. So it happened in March, I guess. And Hillary Clinton was beating Obama in most polls up until
Hillary Clinton was beating Trump in polls.
yeah, we got that one wrong.
Are these polls all whack? Like how
Until like
accurate?
until like February-ish, Clinton was beating Obama by like a margin outside the margin of error. And then
Okay, but was it like this is like
it was like 4.
Warren closed a like 25-point gap.
Oh, at the very beginning, the very first poll that Obama shows up in, Obama is polling at.
Did you guys hear him? He broke up for me.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh,
Oh, everyone's
That was fine for me.
the very first poll Obama shows up in, he polls at 17% to Hillary Clinton's 28. So yeah, I guess
is making Warren win all of a sudden.
so.
I think why doesn't so all the other candidates, you see, like at the beginning of this graph, there's just like a giant cluster of people that are like less than 10%,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and when they all drop, like Warren's is going up, so they all
Yeah.
switch to Warren,
They
right?
all- they're all
but why
switching
don't
to
they
Warren.
switch to Biden? Is there a reason why?
Or I think
I
it's
feel
all,
like it'd be a better idea to switch to Biden, right? Unless Warren is just
yeah. I think
But Warren, it's the policy difference, right? Warren has.
but like
I
these
think
are
why
like,
why would they switch to Warren?
from like Beto O'Rourke is like not really that progressive.
What happened to Kamala Harris?
That's
in,
the
like,
thing, right?
July.
She got
She
she had that one debate against Biden.
or yeah, she went up because she like fucking roasted the shit out of Biden, right?
And she just slowly died
And
again.
And then like I think late in the next debate, like Tulsi Gabbard like fucking like shat on her because like she like locked up like a bunch of drug dealers or like she locked up like a bunch of like innocent people or something like that. And like she just got like shot in the polls. And that's the thing, like all the Kamala Harris supporters just went to Elizabeth Warren.
Is Buttigieg the young guy, the young gay
The
guy?
chipmunk.
Is that him?
Gay
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
What is like his platform?
It's nonsense.
Really? Why
It's
is he
a-
polling fourth?
Cuz he's Obama 2.0 kind of, I guess. He's like kind of
Is there
Obama.
Biden as
I thought
Obama?
Biden was
2.0?
Obama.
Okay, but like Biden is like some like awkward like poorly spoken guy. Like Pete Buttigieg
Wait.
like speaks well. Is like the
On
the
that
thing.
note, like, why do we think Warren has been able to pull out so hard? Is it just because she's so like endearing? Do you think it actually is her
Yeah.
policy? It's not her policy, right? It just has to be like so.
It's
I know
like
she has good personality. And I
Yeah,
think it's what more people care about, probably.
she's like you don't like look at her and like think that she like is corrupt
Yeah,
and like
I can't imagine her being corrupt, even
That's
though.
the ultimate deception, though, right?
yeah, I guess.
What if she's like a
She's playing
culprit?
us, yeah.
She actually
that
killed her
advertising
own
was-
grandmother, and now she's wearing her skin.
She has only words with the first 20 minutes. She killed her and grandma is wearing her skin.
Fuck.
But like, I don't know. Like, you haven't seen the ads for Elizabeth Warren? Just go on her Facebook page. It's like her like, it's like a montage of her calling people, calling her like grassroots supporters, like in like a tracksuit or like a hoodie or like some really down to earth clothing, like day after day in like her kitchen. So it's like
Yeah,
her
that's
entire marketing thing is like to make her look relatable and like a
Yeah.
people's.
it's
person.
like because it's like Biden can't do that, right? Like he's already been in like one of the highest
Why is-
offices in the world.
This is really like I'm really surprised that so many people are still like they still like Biden. Like, what,
Because they're old. Old
really
Democrats like exist.
no.
We're all
No.
like we're all between the ages of like 21
Name
and
one
22.
Democrat above the age of 23.
Oh.
Both of my parents.
Shit.
All right.
I think.
Your parents are just wearing their grandparents' skin.
Oh my.
But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Biden polls really well with old people, and I think Sanders polls pretty well with. Oh, Biden also polls really well with black people, and like people of color.
Really? Why?
Yeah,
Because he's Obama's
Obama's-
vice
Oh.
president.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I think there might be another reason, but that sounds like a pretty good enough reason to me.
Do you think Biden's going to tank in popularity? Or you,
Yeah, do you think Warren, because at the rate Warren is increasing now, there's no way that she's not going to like meet or
take his support?
proceed past Biden?
Like, do you think Warren will just take supporters from like the low polling people, or will she actually start taking Biden's?
If you look at it,
Biden's.
Dust.
I mean, if she
Do you-
keeps speaking well, I think she'll just get more and more
Yeah.
supporters.
I
Do you
think
think Sanders supporters are going to start dropping? Because it already
I
started
mean, I
dropping
did. Like,
I think
because
that,
of his recent health
Warren and
issues.
Sanders are so
Mm-mm.
similar.
I don't
You
think
don't
so.
think-
Policy.
Why
I don't
not?
think so. Like I don't know. From what I can tell, reading just like fucking Bernie Bros on Twitter,
Mhm.
it seems like they just like they think that he'll be fine, and
They literally were saying that up to the end of like the last time. They're like, Bernie's still gonna win, and he was like, not even close.
yeah,
Like, I don't know what it is about Bernie supporters. They're just like
They're insane.
insane. Yeah. Well, I mean,
They-
I like Bernie, but like,
they
why are his supporters so unrealistically zealous?
because they're
Because they're Redditors or something.
you like joke, but that truly is the truth.
Is that it? No way.
Fucking terrible website.
I mean, Bernie himself is unrealistically zealous, right? He wants like a revolution.
I mean, yeah,
What is his shtick? Like, why is he doing that? Do you think he like knows that it's?
I think
Not
he just
helping
needs
him?
to. I think that's what makes him like a high polling candidate and like a strong candidate is that like he
He speaks like an insane old man.
he
They really do work.
he's like just like ambitious and like he wants to see change in the world. That's like not just like he wants to see change in like the United States. That like
Alright. What
is
if Elizabeth
more
Warren had
important.
the same personality, but was a neo-Nazi? Would
Wait,
she still
what?
be polling?
I don't think so.
You're probably right on that.
I also
Was
think
a
there's
neo-Nazi. What if she was?
Hello,
What if she was
everybody.
more
We got
moderate than Biden? Would she?
No.
I don't think so because the reason like
I think so.
So
I
it's a
think
mix
like
of her
just
policy and her personality, or just her personality?
I'd say both.
I think it's policy and personality. Yeah.
I
Because
don't know. I think it's like 70-30 personality policy. Because why is she crushing like Bernie now? They have like the same policy. It's just personality.
yeah, Bernie seems to. One thing I am like this is like how it works is that like when people at the bottom start falling off, like Warren will increase in polling numbers. But the
But
thing
why is it Warren?
Because she's cute.
Yeah, like, is that why? Why didn't they go to Biden? Why didn't they go to Sanders? Why Warren?
Actually,
Because
I think
Warren's
her-
policies between Sanders and
Okay.
Biden.
Her policy
Her-
is like
her-
Sanders' policy, but I think
her-
like her
like, her-
mindset is better.
Yeah, she like lives within like the framework of like the Democratic Party. While Bernie Sanders is not even a Democrat, for better or for worse.
Yeah, Bernie like wants like a huge revolution that's like pretty unrealistic.
Yeah.
I think Biden's a pretty bad speaker. He's just he's getting
Yeah.
carried by name recognition.
His lazy eye don't help him either, or his groping. His groping.
You really gotta fix that groping
Sessions.
shit.
that shit do need to change.
He's gonna die.
But the
Biden's
thing,
dead.
yeah. But the thing is like, as Biden falls, Biden's supporters' second choice is Bernie, and Bernie Sanders' second choice is Biden.
No way. I mean, that may be like before, but now that they see that Warren is winning, right?
No,
They're
like
gonna
that.
switch
That's
to-
the way that the second choice polling sits right now, as of like maybe like a week ago.
Okay, but like a week ago is when
Biden
Warren
wasn't
started playing
dead.
ahead.
Or not Biden.
I
He
mean,
wasn't
but,
dead either.
I mean, I don't know. I think
Warren
Warren
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like, well, Warren, I think, like, if she has, like, a really, really, really strong performance at the next debate, she has, like, the potential to pull
Literally,
ahead.
she just has to wear an apron on stage, pull out a fucking blueberry pie when she's asked about questions. She's like, let's not fight over all this stuff. We need to work together, and my grassroots donors, they gave me enough money so I could go out to the market and buy the ingredients for this delicious pie. The crowd explodes. Warren increases by 100 points.
Everyone
To a
concedes.
stark total of
Trump
124%.
Trump concedes the election
Yeah.
just for a bite of that sweet, sweet pie.
Trump just waltz on out of there and goes, this shit is yours.
This is actually, wait, this is very exciting. Like, I really didn't think. Like, I was like, Biden's definitely just gonna win. But
Yeah.
now it's getting the mix-ups are coming.
Yeah, and as Biden falls, like, I'm almost certain, if Biden ever falls, Sanders will rise. And that will be really interesting.
From the fucking grave.
If Biden falls, Sanders will rise.
The old white men, they stick together, hunt in packs.
I just like can't imagine like even like centrists or like some Republicans would like Warren, right? Just because she's so endearing.
No.
Like I can see how like Trump supporters would hate Biden, but how can you hate Warren?
Cause
Is she a Democrat?
yeah, she's a Democrat and she's pretty far to the left. You see it? She's like,
Dude,
oh,
I'm
she's
telling
okay.
you, 85% of Republicans don't know anything about policy.
I would say
They just-
85%
It's all
of
rhetoric and
Democrats
appearances.
don't know a lot about policy. I think the number is not that much lower for
I
Democrats.
think it's like at least 10% better for Democrats.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, 10% is pushing it.
We
That's
just have,
really
we just
fucking
have a
weird.
You have
more
no faith
ethical
in our
and
party.
No.
less egotistical viewpoint, right? 'Cause all
I think it just comes down to like
wanna keep their money.
the richer you are, the more likely you are to vote in your own self-interests, and that's pretty much how it is.
Any interesting philosophical developments, Pilgrim? Have you learned about?
Good question.
What about those large words you keep using that we don't know what they mean?
Which ones?
I don't know.
All of
Epistemic.
Avogadro's number or something.
Avocado's number.
You said something the other day, and I'm like, we should talk about that on the podcast.
I would cut this shit out from the podcast. Yes.
Oh, you won't lazy
There,
ass.
punk.
Can we talk about how Word Girl is getting into the Avengers? What the
What?
Who is that again?
I don't know, doesn't she look like Word Girl?
Okay. I know you guys haven't seen Joker, but I think the subliminal reason people think it's controversial is it's not inherently controversial, but it's controversial for a superhero movie. because it really just feels like a really dark drama. But like because it's a superhero brand, people get some like cognitive dissonance, and then they're freaking out over it.
Wait, so it's like
Well,
really
we're-
violent? Is that?
Why is it a superhero movie? Is it Joker and
No,
Batman?
I mean it's not a superhero. Like that's the thing. The movie really like it's nothing like a superhero movie. It's just like it could have easily not been Joker. It could have been like a
Joker.
tale of sadness and pain. I don't know. But it's just like too serious and dark for a superhero movie. And like it doesn't feel like other superhero movies feel. And that's why people are freaking out about it. I bet. That's my hot take.
Is it a good movie though? It wouldn't be controversial if it was very good, right?
I think it's good.
I think
Well,
most.
like the most of the controversy, people who don't like it are saying that it like glorifies violence and like is toxic messages.
Is that a problem? Isn't that the point?
Yeah, it is the point.
What's like?
I think
what's
it's
that-
because it's like a superhero type movie, so people don't expect that from it, and so that's why they think it's so wrong. But there are like movies with just as dark themes.
I mean, if there's movies about villains, it's like not. It's like an anti-superhero movie, right? It's gonna have anti-superhero messages.
It does sound like the
Well,
point.
it like doesn't feel like a villain movie either. It just feels like a story about a guy who like descends into madness
Interesting.
and is sad and stuff. It's just like a really sad drama, or sad like dark and intense, violent drama. Anyway, who is this word girl? Back onto regular superhero news. Does anyone know?
I have no idea. It's.
New Avengers hero?
He just
This
said.
is why we need Bo here.
Yeah, Bo would really drive the conversation in that regard.
I think
word
most
girl.
of us have no idea what this even is.
We need a
anyone
word
know-
girl live action movie.
Oh no! What about Martha Speaks live action movie?
What the fuck is Martha
Talking
Speaks?
dog.
It's a real dog with fishing string attached to its jaws.
Is Martha Speaks different from Clifford?
Yes.
What?
What?
Flip a big red dog.
Okay, so who the fuck is Martha?
Talking yellow ass dog.
So they're two
Wait, I
dogs
never even
that
heard of
talk.
this Martha.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know Martha. Okay, I know. I
Martha Speaks. Curious George.
Curious
Word
George,
girl.
every knows.
Curious George was not in a league with Martha Speaks and
Are you
Word
sure?
Girl.
Well, I know.
Yeah, it's on a
Boy,
high.
I
It's in
never
a better
heard of
league.
Martha Speaks or Word Girl.
Curious George fucking smokes the shit out of Martha Speaks and Clifford and Word Girl.
Curious George smokes flat blunts in the man in the yellow hat's house.
Curious George and the Ebola virus.
Yeah, that was the best one.
Okay. Do any of you know what's behind the whole Greta Thunberg thing? Have any of you
She's
read
just
about
like
it?
a really young activist, right?
Yeah.
Why is she so famous?
There was like a tweet with her and Obama or something.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's
She's
where I
just like,
heard about it.
Here, let me read this article
Yeah.
headline. Iowa teacher on leave after threatening Facebook post about climate activist Greta.
Oh yeah, he said he would shoot her.
Oh.
Is her message like why do people like
She
not
just-
support her a lot? I don't know, like climate
Wow,
activism.
this is like pretty. I don't know. The guy commented, "Don't have my sniper rifle." When-
Okay, if you're a high school teacher, you shouldn't be joking about shooting a 16-year-old. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty whack.
That's some fucking.
Did we ever talk about free speech last time?
No, we didn't.
I mean, I was listening to some podcast, and they were talking about this guy, like this professor, who like went in an elevator, and the person was like, "What floor are you going to?" And he was like, women's lingerie, please. And he like got fired or something. He like got under fire for that because the person filed the complaint. You think that's problematic?
Is it a
That
free?
sounds-
Is
Wait,
it,
it was like it was
Very
he
reasonable.
said it to a woman or
I think so. Yeah, a woman was like, "Which floor?" And he's like, "Women's lingerie." It's just like a joke. I mean, it's not a good. It's like a pretty bad taste
Yeah, it's a
joke.
bad-
it's just a bad joke.
Isn't that like?
Yeah, this
That's
is-
like. There's no reason that should be grounds for like.
I think that just
could it be
Listen to your
harassment?
job.
What is the legal
That is
definition of
not
harassment?
Harassment is like
You
repeated.
can spin anything.
Harassment has to be repeated, like at the very least.
Aggressive pressure or intimidation?
Maybe
That's
she
not
got
aggressive
intimidated.
pressure or intimidation.
Maybe she was very intimidated by his
It's sexual harassment.
it's
You could easily see it as sexual harassment, right? Like,
No way.
Yeah, I can see why he got
Like,
the
what
shot for
else?
that one.
No way. He
Okay,
made
okay.
A joke
Did he
and gonna
actually
stop
get-
it?
he got fired from his job, or what? He just got criticized for it. Did he go to
I'm
So
jail?
not
what
sure.
happened?
She reported him, and he got like arrested. It's kind of not valid, I guess. I don't know if he
Is
just
a
got like.
ladies' lingerie joke harmless or harassment? Last month during a conference for scholars who study international affairs, Simona Sharoni, a professor of women's gender studies at Merrimack College, asked
All
a
right,
crowded hotel
that's-
elevator floor. A crowded hotel elevator, what floor everyone needed. Richard Ned LeBow, professor of political theory at King's College in London, replied, "Ladies' lingerie." Several people laughed. Was that sexual harassment?
All right. No,
way.
It's
No,
just
it's
boomer
not,
humor.
but he deserves social repercussions.
just because that's such a shitty joke.
Maybe like a warning.
I think
I
there
don't
are
know.
Sexual harassment.
Some-
Maybe like that's inappropriate. Like, stop. Well, you're charged with a crime.
Okay,
Wait, he didn't get charged with a crime, right? He lost his job.
did he get fired?
I don't even know if he lost his job.
I think it's important what happened to him because he deserves some repercussions for that nonsense.
Does
but
he deserve repercussions?
It
Does he
just caused a lot of
I
controversy.
think it's fine if he has repercussions for that nonsense. Maybe not deserved, but it makes sense if he got something for it.
I would not laugh if someone did that in an elevator.
That shit is not funny.
Yeah.
At the very least, we agree on that.
You just like be like, I don't like this person.
It's like it's just boomer
Yeah.
humor. That's
It is
that
boomer humor.
that's exactly why you need to shut the fuck up boomer button.
But
That
like,
that
you
instance
cannot
right
freaking,
there.
Like, someone can't lose a boomer can't lose their job for having boomer humor. Like,
Oh, I'm
telling a
not saying
bad
that.
taste
Oh
joke.
no. I'm just saying it's just a terrible joke.
Okay.
I will probably argue he shouldn't lose his job.
He was
even though-
76.
That's more than
He
boomer.
should
That's,
retire anyway.
that's a
what
man-
his life.
he's just gone.
Not have a job.
Wow, what the fuck? That's just weird though. Like a 76-year-old
Yeah.
man being
He's
like,
just
"Oh,
old."
ladies lingerie, ladies lingerie, please.
Yeah, it's
Okay, if he's that old, like I don't know, I wouldn't
he's
like.
just
be like,
off
he's
his
just-
rocker.
He's
Just
just an
move
old
on.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernie
If
Sanders.
it was like a 40-year-old man, I'd be like, okay,
If it's a 40-year-old man, you need to
I
give
don't
him
know,
a.
I
because
think
that's
the
like that's
worst
like
thing
end of
that happens
boomer.
Be like, that's not funny, or stop. I don't think
Would-
he.
if I was
should
in
be
the
risking losing
elevator-
his job or telling a bad joke, you know.
If you were in the elevator, would you say anything?
I would not say anything, but
No,
I know people that would say stuff. I mean, obviously the woman.
Like, I don't even think that's sexual
Reported
harassment.
him.
I don't think. I think it's
I
a
don't-
bad joke.
I probably don't.
It's a little
think
bad
sexual
joke and it's
harassment.
unprofessional. I don't even think it's like. I don't think it's harmful. Like, I don't think it's any form of harassment. It's just like a bad joke, right? Like, how is it? Like, how can you like? Why are you offended by that? I guess. Let me think about it.
Okay, sexual harassment is an offensive or humiliating behavior that is
Is it 'cause
related
it's,
to a
like,
person's sex. It's like
Perpetuating the sexualization of women.
I don't know. It's like what did he?
Like, what is
What?
bad about it? Like, besides it not being funny?
It probably makes a woman feel uncomfortable.
Mm,
Um,
I don't know. It's just like
yeah.
creepy, right?
it's just
like
creepy.
yeah, like why would it? But it's creepy in a sexual nature, right? Where it's like, why would an old man want to go to a woman's lingerie? In the literal meaning of the, not because he's just joking about it, but like saying that is like.
Okay. So you think
It's like
just
it's like a okay. It's like imagine this woman walks into an elevator and you're there and she's like, you're like, what floor? And they're like, the men's changing room, please. And you'd be like,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, like,
What did
first
you
off,
say?
You would not even think that's a joke. You'd be like, I didn't know there was a men's changing room.
And they'd be like, where are you trying to go to? And she's like, oh, I'm trying to go to the men's changing room.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty creepy.
And you'd be
now,
like,
though.
that's kind of
I
that would be sexual harassment, right? Because I don't know if you said it's like, oh, women's changing room, like yeah, that would be sexual harassment.
I would just assume
Maybe.
that they don't have their gender identity is
Okay.
not too clear, and I just move.
Oh, really?
No,
What if it
way.
was obvious? Like,
Wait,
no,
what?
what if it was like obvious?
What are you talking about?
Like,
The
no,
woman?
yeah, they would be like actually intending to go to the men's changing room because like they identify as a male.
Yeah.
Oh,
What if no? Like, what if it was clearly like they're a woman? They're like doing it just because it's like a joke, or like they're like, I don't know, some like
I'd
Sexual
probably
deviant.
just be like, would I say anything? I'd probably be like, eh.
yeah. Uncomfortable smile seems to be the optimal play.
Look
here.
away. Look
Yeah,
at
I
my
think
phone.
that's what we all do.
Fucking
Uncomfortable
spam.
What if they
smile,
said it to
then,
you?
afterward, go to the.
Go to the bathroom,
What?
fucking jack off.
Yeah, the thought gets you riled. Is that why?
Gets me
Is that why?
very uncomfortable.
The man was getting his rocks off to the thought of the woman's lingerie. He was at full mast when he.
And if he was at full mast, that would be sexual harassment.
Okay, that would be sexual harassment.
What?
What?
It was very clear to see.
That's clear
The
cut.
prosecution. The prosecution shows that the man was at full mast when he made the joke. Therefore, the jury rules that this was
It's just like
sexual
so.
harassment.
If he was full mast, it would be like it's clear cut sexual harassment.
Okay,
Having
yes.
a boner does not
Wait,
differentiate this. Is
Is it illegal to like have a boner and like not try to hide it?
no.
No.
What if you have erectile dysfunction?
I mean, you have to like try to. Okay, what? So where? How does this go from being sexual harassed, from being a bad joke to sexual harassment if he has a boner?
It's because
I don't think it would change it. I don't think having a boner changes
You
anything
telling me
legally.
you can just
You can't just have a boner.
walk
Dude, what if you?
like a random person be like, so it's there. Is that has to be illegal?
Okay, no. If you're full mast and you got a rager and that shit's sticking like 6 inches out the front of your butt, and then you just like whoops and like just like slam into somebody from the back, and then you're like, oh
Okay.
my bad, I wasn't looking.
There's a word for that. There's a word for people who like to like randomly like bump into people on the street.
with a boner.
Yeah, or like inappropriate, like accidental
What the fuck?
touching others.
Those people I hate the most. People who are like overly like
It's called frauderism. It's like a
Touching?
DSM-5 diagnosable condition.
Wait, that means it's okay, right?
Is a paraphilic interest in rubbing, usually one's pelvic area or erect penis against a non-consenting person for sexual pleasure.
Is
What's
that a? Can you get if it's like in the DSM? Is it like a justifiable thing? Like, oh, I just have frauderism.
no, I don't think so.
Because you can say like I have depression, right? And then
You can't.
What?
You cannot.
no.
You stand accused of murdering 14 men. I'm
Sorry.
a little sad.
Depression, man.
You're off the hook.
You can use like mental diagnosis.
Yeah, if you have
for-
schizophrenia, maybe.
Yeah, I think you have to have like psychosis. I don't think you can use depression.
So so one of the symptoms has to be psychosis.
I'm not sure, but like the plea for reason by insanity.
Why is that even in the DSM-5? Is it just so that there's
It's
a name for it?
I mean, paraphilias are in the DSM-5 overall because people with like paraphilias are like biologically different. And like these specific paraphilias they're special. Like they carry certain like physiological brain differences.
Okay.
Like frauderism.
So I think
pedophilia
if
and
you
stuff.
can prove that one, they had a raging boner, and two, they physically went in contact with someone.
Okay, but what if you
Purposefully.
just had a raging boner?
No,
and
if you're just
looked
talking to
you said
someone- No, if you're just looking at someone and they look down and you got this thing just like
okay,
you got
you're
this
talking.
actual pole arm sticking out of your
You're gonna shake their hand, but it's too long. Like,
they have to straddle your dick and shake your hand.
yeah. No, but I feel like if you just talk to someone, you're like, "How's it going?" Even if you're completely pleasant and you just have like a completely visible raging boner while you're talking to them, that
I
has to be
don't
like
think-
not okay.
No, I think it's fine unless it's like they can somehow prove that you purposefully got a boner just to like fucking talk to them.
It's like socially not okay, but I don't think there's should
No, it would just be
legal
embarrassing
repercussions
because someone would be
for it.
like, "Yeah, this dude, he like came up to me and like asked me directions, but like the man like had a javelin, like just sticking like."
That shit sliced me, dude. You're sharp for some reason. All right, what do you think, Stylish?
Just,
Illegal or not?
just hide that shit, bro.
You can't hide it, dude.
If it's a,
Some anthropomorphic like restriction does not allow you to like it sticks like perpendicular from your body and you can't do anything about it.
Just fucking tuck it in your pants,
You gotta carry a textbook with you everywhere.
or do it super bad style where you flip that shit up.
Yeah, you put the textbook in front of your dick.
That's an actual thing.
You don't think it's illegal, Muboy?
Do I think it's illegal? Sexual harassment isn't illegal, right?
Do you think it's sexual
Sexual
harassment?
harassment is illegal, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably legal.
What? Sexual harassment is illegal.
Can you
are
go to
whether or
jail
not
for sexual
talking
harassment?
to someone with a boner is sexual harassment or not?
Talking to someone with a boner who made
Yeah,
no
like, it's
effort
just
to
like-
hide it is
we're not
likely
making an effort
sexual
to hide.
harassment.
Okay, so you think it's illegal?
Is
Is it not a crime?
I don't think it's a crime.
It's
Wait,
harassment is a
It not
crime.
This is very surprising to me. It's not a crime.
Harassment is not
Oh,
a crime.
It's civil. It's a civil. Like, you would sue them in civil court. Wow, that's really surprising.
Oh, okay, sure, but like the fuzz doesn't come and knock your door down for it.
Wow, that's like kind of messed up, isn't it?
Is it? I
That,
think
like,
I think
someone can
it's
sexually harass
because
you and it's legal.
I mean, if they're sexually harassing you and preventing you from like doing something at like a workplace or something, that's breaking a law, right?
Hmm.
But like
Yeah.
like a construction worker like whistling at you as you walk by is not illegal, it's just really shitty.
I don't think that doesn't fit under the legal definition of harassment though. Like a construction worker whistling at you.
I mean like if you like a construction worker going like, "Hey baby," like to some
It's not-
like,
yeah, it's
woman
not
walking by, it's
legal
sexual
definition.
harassment, but it's not. It's sexual harassment. I don't think anyone would dispute that, right?
No, it
I
has
think
to
that
be
makes sense.
repeated or continued, like uninvited or unsolicited contact that there's no.
Oh yeah, I mean legally, yes.
Yeah, but like,
Oh.
so if someone were to like every day walk up to you with a straight like hot rod, and then just
Grind
every
to
single
defense.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, if it happened every day, that should be.
I'm pretty sure that could be filed as like a misdemeanor, right? Like,
I don't.
I think you
Not,
could get some shot for that.
I think as long as they don't assault you, it's not sexual assault. It's like not a criminal.
Sexual
I guess
assault is
not at
obviously.
some level.
So I thought sexual assault was criminal. It must be criminal.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's-
sexual assault is for sure criminal.
Well, I learn something new every day.
Only on the Grumpets.
Grumpets.
What other topics you got, Movie?
I don't know. That seemed like pretty good. The
What about
GMs.
psychedelics? Let's talk about psychedelics.
Okay.
We were talking about it when I visited David. You know ayahuasca?
No.
It's like a drug used in some African rituals.
It's 5-MeO DMT is the actual chemical compound.
What is MEO? 5 MEO?
DMT.
Methyl oxide. I actually don't know. Is that what it is?
I don't know. It's an organic compound, right?
It's related to DMT. Isn't DMT like something?
It is. It's a like type of DMT.
DMT is a drug. It's like just like a vanilla psychedelic.
Yeah,
That,
No,
that
it's
people.
not. Is it?
I think so.
I thought DMT was a psychedelic.
Yeah, DMT is like.
Yeah,
Let's see what
DMT
you
is
decide.
psychedelic. Yeah.
No, dude, this stuff's the stuff that like makes you get like ego death, and you're never the same after.
But I hear. So we've been talking about how it's hard to find like intrinsic meaning without religion. But people, they take this, and then they understand.
They take this MEO DMT shit.
Like non-religious people, they take it, and then they like come to terms with their place in the universe and their purpose in life, and
Do
they
you
like
want that?
accept death.
You want it?
Yeah, like if it works, like I think I would like to try it before I like.
I think
die
you
one day.
sacrifice some stuff to get that though.
Like I don't want to like.
Like you don't think the same.
I would like
You
to. Yeah.
I think
accept
that's that happens to some people. I don't think it happens to everyone. And if you're dying anyway, like if you're 80,
Oh, I guess
Oh,
like if
yeah.
I'm dying, then sure, I'll take it. I'll take anything.
Lying on your
Yeah.
deathbed.
I just got
Okay.
like
Give me some drugs.
Can you give me some crack and some 5-MeO DMT?
let's petition for easily available drugs to old people in hospitals.
Just go to Portugal.
I'm gonna get my organs harvested.
Is that
Yeah, but
true?
you don't know why
No,
you
I don't.
why
But
you
Portugal is
before you get your organs
Portugal's
harvested.
pretty safe, right?
Portugal's pretty okay, yeah. Yeah. You think? Fuck.
I'm like definitely afraid of traveling. Like I don't know,
Yeah, we should.
something about not being in the safety of America spooks me a little.
You think you're in the safety of America? Don't you live in like a not great part of Medford?
Yeah, okay, not safe. It's like the familiarity. I just, I mean, I want to go places, but like it seems risky, doesn't it? To like go to like a jungle, or like,
Yeah, I would not. I would not be too. I would have to prepare a lot to go to somewhere that's not very developed. That's for sure.
yeah,
like
like
developed
I really
places
wanna,
are really nice. Like
Mhm.
But you don't get to see like. You get to see what they want you to see in developed places.
yeah, but like okay, that's true.
Wow.
Unless you do you not want to see that because it's not like
Like I want to like I would be interested in seeing like the world like
unfiltered.
as is. I don't know.
Uh,
Like you're like missing out by just
I
going
mean,
to
me
like
too.
develop like urban areas in East Asia
But
versus like
the thing is, it's dangerous, right? It's like risky.
what's the like there's
I
what
don't know
like
how
one
risky it
person
is.
who dies
Or
every
it
year
feels
that goes to that country like
Like, oh,
you
can
you
get jumped
just
by a
you just have
lion.
a higher you just have a higher risk of like having something happen that you don't want to.
okay,
Which
but
is
like is,
that's not why you travel, right? You travel to like
but you can see something that's like more
if you want to, I don't know,
raw
because
and
like,
realistic.
do you know what you want
Raw.
to see, or do you just do it so that you can maybe see something, or like
I don't.
see something that you don't even know about?
In like
Is
the
that
next
what?
like 10 years, I just like want to go like on like a real safari in fucking Africa.
Would you really rather go to a safari than a rainforest?
Or like a rainforest is fine too, but rainforest seems like more scary than just the safari.
I guess my whole thing is that I want to go to a rainforest, but I'm too scared of the rainforest.
Rainforest
I
is a
get
little
scared
scary.
walking through like tall grass fields because like snakes could chomp you.
Or
Imagine like the rainforest, like anything could get you.
but you'll see things that like
Drop
you'll
down from the
never
tree.
like. I don't know. It's like
I know.
Wait,
it feels
even-
like really sick.
Even a safari, even like an African what sub-Saharan, whatever it's called,
Sure.
safari,
sure.
or like a rainforest, you're not just gonna fly to the Amazon and just start walking through it, right? You're gonna like schedule something with like a tour
A
guide.
guided tour, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing. What they're just showing you what they want. And, like a tour guide is not gonna be like, all right, guys, the government doesn't know about this, but we're gonna take you to somewhere that's like crazy, right? Like you're not. That's not gonna happen. So, like,
sure.
It's gonna be equally, okay, not equally, but like it's gonna be still relatively.
Okay, but when you go to fucking Hong
just, like,
Kong, you just
movies
see
I've
these like
seen where, like,
buildings,
the-
right? And you just like eat food and get drunk,
But it's good food.
and it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like
good drunk.
That's all that really matters.
True. Like we went. If you go to like Maine or something, there's like a lot of natural beauty you can see in America.
I would not compare like Maine is nice, Acadia is nice. I wouldn't like compare like Acadia to like
I think
fucking
I don't know,
Amazon rainforest.
I don't think. I think it's just more familiar. Acadia is like more familiar, and the rainforest is more foreign, and that makes the rainforest feel more beautiful.
Okay, yeah, but someone
Imagine
who's
someone growing up
from
in a rainforest.
yeah, like someone who's from like sub-Saharan Africa or like the rainforest in that area, like they would be much more safe coming to America versus you going and exploring the rainforest. They don't have to have like a guide in America, right? You can just drive wherever you want and
But
like
I
pay
want-
the admission.
I want one of those like those inflatable like clear bubbles.
Jurassic
Oh,
Jurassic
God.
World style. That
Yeah,
shit better be
imagine I can go to the
bulletproof,
rainforest and they have
teeth-proof,
that.
venom-proof.
What if in the
And
next
it's
10
got-
years technology becomes so good that you can like put on a VR and then like there's headphones and like even like I don't fucking know. I guess like you can't do
Bryce,
like smell or whatever.
Is that the
If
same?
it's as good as the real thing, then that's very.
It'll
sick.
never be as good as a real thing, obviously, but it's like
I think it will. I think it will.
Oh.
Wait, but you can do the thing where you explore by yourself, not with a guide, and you're not exposed to the dangers. Except what
Wait,
you can't
you
smell things,
literally-
you can't taste things
Wait,
or whatever.
what? This is.
Mhm.
It's like comparing like watching something to like literally being there, right?
We're saying like in many years, like in 30, 40 years, when VR has developed.
You literally like can't reach down and pick up whatever's on the ground. Like, does that not like
But like,
matter?
you could. Like,
you
it
could
has
you could
tactile.
bend. Yeah, no. Well, I don't know about.
Imagine
tactile.
VR that has all 5 senses feedback.
All right. Yeah. Then no one would ever travel, right?
It's like indistinguished. I mean, this is just universe.
What if it was like
simulation,
3 out of the 5 senses? You could see, touch, and hear, but you could not smell or taste, right? And it allowed you to just
Okay.
like go anywhere in the rainforest or the safari, and just like it would look like real
but
life.
which is more worth it?
I don't think losing taste is a big issue.
Would you rather
Dude,
be
I'm
safe?
telling
or
you,
would
the fucking
rather
rain in
taste
the
rainforest.
Yeah, the
Right.
rain in the Amazon. Just,
So why would
it's
you ever
different.
go? Why would you ever want? So in like 10 years, you don't even have to like go like fucking
yeah, but
go to
that's-
the safari. Is it just the intrinsic value of going there is what's valuable?
I think if they had the technology, I wouldn't even care about going there. I would just do the tech.
Yeah, I would not.
But right now,
actually
that's
go
not an
anywhere.
option. So that's
Yeah.
why.
I don't know. That's. I think you should go to places where like the that's right. Go to places where the taste and the smell is worth it. Now wait 10 years, then go to the other places that are fucking crazy to go to and do it in VR. Bing
I don't
bong.
know. I
Travel
think
plan determined.
yeah.
Just
it's
only
just
go to
like-
places where you want to eat the food right now.
Also, like I'm scared of like I don't want to go to fucking East Asia because
They need to they need to make something, even though it's impossible to like fucking like real time translate perfectly to another language, so that the language barrier isn't without a guide.
The
Language barrier.
Babel fish.
I think that's happening in like 5 years. 5 to
Yeah.
10
What
years.
the? Are we close?
I don't know. We're like,
Oh,
pretty, I mean,
languages are
you can
getting
have
pretty
things that
good.
just do inaccurate translations, and then like generally the person who speaks the language will know what you're talking about. It's just like kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's like voice, you hold it between two people. and-
Yeah, I mean,
Translation.
the old human point and grunt isn't that bad either. But
I mean, that gets far.
Some languages are like getting pretty good. Machines are getting pretty good at dealing with them, but there's a lot of languages that I think machines are very garbage with.
Ugh, interesting. What is that about? What language? Do you know what languages it's bad at?
Well, I know like machine translations, which is literally just taking text and putting it in another language. It's like a lot more developed with like Spanish, French than it is with like
yeah, the other Anglo, whatever it's called.
Hindi or whatever stuff
Is
like
that because it's actually technologically harder, or just because like
It's because there's
ethnocentral?
The languages are like really a lot more
I think
different.
like the way that
And
you
it's also-
construct
there's a lot less
sentences.
development done with it. A lot less development work has gone into that.
yeah, and like like it's you can kind of see how like you can do like English to Korean or English to Spanish or English to whatever, but like there's also like what German to Chinese, like, and then there's so many. Like how you'd have to translate it to like a universal language first, and then translate it, because you would just run into like infinite exceptions everywhere.
Think humanity will ever have a universal language?
It would have to be
Machine learning,
English.
baby.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, machine
You
learning.
just wait for America to take over the world, and there,
Yeah,
there we
because like
go.
so many places now, English is like taught in elementary school, and it's like already becoming a normal thing.
Do you guys think that Chinese? I was thinking about like Chinese is really hard to learn because you have to memorize every character. It's not phonetic. Do you think like non-phonetic languages were designed with text to space efficiency in mind? Because you
No.
can fit more words in less space with Chinese.
Wasn't it just like characters are made for because they look
Pictures.
kind of like the object in the past?
Yeah.
It's like some character. Maybe that's how it started way back when.
Yeah, it's
That's
started.
probably
No.
how it started, and then
It's
it just
crazy
developed.
efficient though. Like, I don't know if you ever see like Japanese versus English subtitles or something. Like it's so much more dense. It's so much quicker.
Nothing like. Can't they do like? Maybe not. Yeah, Chinese is too hard because it's like what? You can't do like the pinyin, fucking like.
Yeah, imagine like they just use
I
pinyin.
thought,
Like,
I thought like the East Asian languages were like not that difficult to like understand.
they're, like the most difficult.
sentence structure. Like I was
Oh.
told Korean is like fine to learn if you can learn the
Mhm.
words themselves.
Asian languages are, at least for
Mm.
English speakers, definitely the hardest to learn.
Huh.
I've seen like an infographic on how many hours it takes to learn them. And it's like 5 times longer than learning Spanish.
What about stuff like Arabic though? Like Middle Eastern languages?
Dude, those are Arabics. Have you ever tried to repeat?
No,
Arabic's
I
pretty
know
hard.
like truly nothing about their language.
Yeah,
So
Arabic
hard.
is pretty
It's
hard.
like really, it's really like surprisingly hard. Like how hard it is to like put together the words.
I truly know nothing about their language.